Beautiful. Beautiful people. Welcome. Welcome. Mic check 1 2. Welcome to the stream, everybody. How is everybody doing today? We've got Crystal in the chat. We've got Ivan. We've got Rich. We've got the Wolf. What's up, guys? Welcome. Congrats, Crystal. First in chat. How are you doing? Welcome. Who else we got? We got Elliot in the building. What's up, Elliot? Today, guys, we're going to be talking about how to stop engaging with your anxious mind. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. Gamer, what's up, Gamer? Need the stream bad right now. So thankful it's happening. Well, what's up, dude? Welcome. I hope you enjoy it. Hope everyone is having a good day and night. And thank you for that, Crystal. I'm having a great day, actually. I'm happy to be here. Happy to see you guys. So we didn't do a morning stream. Okay, I want to address that. We didn't do a morning stream. Why didn't we do a morning stream, Wonder Bro? You just told us like 2 days ago, dude, that you were going to start doing morning streams and afternoon streams, and then you didn't do a morning stream. I told you it wasn't set in stone. You know why I said that? I said that because I'm experimenting, man. I am experimenting with what works. And to be honest with you, the morning streams are just they're not popping. They're not popping, right? I want to pick a time to stream where we get as many people in here as possible, right? That way more people can watch the streams. So let me get this music out of here. There we go. Let me get this music here. I want to pick times to stream where we get more people in here that want to watch the streams live. So in the morning streams have just not been it. They've just not been it here recently. So I decided today I'm going to try something a bit different. I'm going to stream around afternoon time. So yeah, we're going to be flip-flopping. You guys are used to that. If you've been here on the channel for a while, you're used to that. We're going to be flip-flopping for a while until we find a good time to stream. So today we're going to try around afternoon. So here we are, around the afternoon hours for me. What's that like for you guys? What time is it for you guys? So yeah, whether or not we continue doing 2 streams a day, I don't know, man. I'm going to have to play around with it a little bit, you know? I'm going to have to experiment, just like I said when I made this announcement. I'm going to have to experiment, and I'm going to have to find out what times are good. Should we do 2 streams a day? Is that too much? Should we do 1 stream a day? I don't know. Whenever I figure out a good time and a set time, right? 1 stream, 2 streams, afternoon, morning, whatever, I'll let you guys know. Just like I said, it's going to be flip-flopping for a little bit until I figure it out. So that's why we didn't have a morning stream this morning. They're not it, man. They've just not been on the ball. So, and I'm not blaming you guys in the morning hours. It's just a weird time. Not many people can catch the morning streams, right? So that's why we didn't do a morning stream today. We're going to do an afternoon stream, business as usual. If this goes well, maybe we'll try it again tomorrow around this time, right? I don't know. We're going to have to play with it a little bit. So anyway, just wanted to throw that out there. Let's see. So didn't sleep for shit. Just got up and seen the notification for a live. Well, welcome, Elliot. Good way to wake up. Good way to get your day started. Morning streams are a weird time. They really are. It's not a good time, I don't think. Ava, what's up? 9:30 a.m. here. Yep, the morning lacked a bit of energy, right? I thought so too. What is your time zone? I'm EST, so it's about 12:30 in the afternoon for me right now. I think the evening streams pop off because everyone is home from work and stuff. I agree, and I think even 12:30 my time right now is a little bit too early, but we're gonna try it because, like I said, we're experimenting. Right? We'll see how it goes today. If it goes well, we'll continue this time. If it doesn't, we'll try another time. We gotta play with it a little bit. So we'll see. We'll see. I might even start pushing it later in the days. I don't know, but we're here at about 12:30. So hello, Wonder Bro. Evening here in Germany. What is up? Welcome to the stream, dude. Welcome to the stream. So yeah, guys, today we're going to be talking about how to stop engaging with your anxious mind. How to stop engaging with your anxious mind. If you've been here for a while, you know what the 2 main keys are, right? You should probably know them by heart by now. The 2 main keys are positive behaviors, which means live your life as normal. Live it as if you are already healed. Right? Show that brain with your physical action and behaviors that the tiger doesn't exist, okay? And our other one of the 2 main keys, which is basically what this stream today is going to be focused on, is to stop fighting with your thoughts. That's what we call it. Stop fighting with your thoughts. So we're going to be talking about that today. When I say how to stop engaging with your anxious mind, that is the same as me saying the two main keys: stop fighting with your thoughts, right? This advice isn't necessarily new. It's just a new way of putting it. Okay, so that's what we like to do around here. We like to experiment and try to find new and exciting, interesting ways to word the advice. So today we're going to be talking about how to stop engaging with your anxious mind. We're going to be using an acronym today, and that acronym is NER. 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 Is that what you would say? NER? NER stands for non-engagement responses. Non-engagement responses. Again, this is not new advice. One of the two main keys, apart from positive behaviors, is to stop fighting with your thoughts. So this is not new advice. This is just a new way of putting it. NER, non-engagement responses. We're going to talk about non-engagement responses. We're going to talk about how you can utilize them. And we're going to talk about how you can put that into play into your own journey starting today. Okay? 19 in chat already. Yeah, it's just a better time, dude. It's just a better time. The morning streams... I mean, we've had some pretty good morning streams, don't get me wrong, but it's kind of like far and few in between. You know what I mean? I want to pick a time where it's consistent. So that's why we skip the morning stream. And we're going to try a different time. But I wake up with an anxious mind, and that's okay because you can immediately start to practice non-engagement. All right, guys, let's see. Can we go ahead and get started? We got enough. I believe we've got more than enough people in here. I think we're good. Let's go ahead and get started. How to stop engaging with your anxious mind. Now, first and foremost, let's talk about what an NER, non-engagement response is. So, a lot of different topics I want to cover on this. Now, basically what a non-engagement response is, guys, it is a response that you give yourself in the heat of the moment when you experience an intrusive thought. And yes, I know you experience them often, so yes, you'll have to use this often. But a non-engagement response is a response that you give to yourself when you are experiencing an intrusive thought, right? So an intrusive thought comes in, okay, causes a ton of anxiety, comes in and says, I don't know, we'll just give an example. Oh, your heart's going to explode, health anxiety. Oh, you're going to have this illness. You're going to have this sickness, or, oh, you're going to go crazy, or, oh, you can't handle this, or whatever, right? Whatever your intrusive thoughts say. They come in, they cause a ton of anxiety, as you guys know. And your job at that point, if you're going to use a non-engagement response, which you should already be using if you've been here on the channel for a while, we call those accepting reminders, is to give yourself some sort of response that stops you from engaging with the details of that thought, right? So let me see. Let's try to think of an example here. Let's say the mind says your heart's going to explode. You can use sarcasm. You can use humor. You can use aggression. You can use a more neutral standpoint. You can use all these different takes on it, but your mind says your heart's going to stop, and you have to respond. Let's say you're going to use sarcasm. You have to respond with your non-engagement response, which is going to be something like, if it's sarcasm, oh, well, if my heart stops, then I hope I don't hit my head too hard when I fall to the ground. Right? A little bit of sarcasm, a little bit of humor there, spice things up. We call these accepting reminders normally. Let's say you have a thought that says you're going to go crazy and you want to use a little bit of aggression with your non-engagement response. Then that thought comes in, it wants you to fight with it, it wants you to argue with it, and you're going to say something like, you know what, if I go crazy, I hope the applesauce tastes good at the nut house, right? A little bit of aggression. Or, you know what, fuck it. I've had someone here in my chat, Sanchez, my boy, he's healed. He said that he got there from just saying fuck it, right? He said he got there from just saying fuck it. So any response, non-engagement response that you use is a response to intrusive thoughts that want you to fight with them. They want you so desperately to fight with them, right? But you're not going to do that. You're going to use a non-engagement response that keeps you from fighting with them. Now, really quickly, I want to get this out of the way right off the bat here. A lot of people will come in and they'll argue with me on that, and they'll say, well, Wonder Bro, I don't want to use accepting reminders. I don't want to use non-engagement responses because that sounds like engaging. You're telling me not to engage, but then you're telling me to engage with a non-engagement response. Understand something. You've only got two options. You've only got two options. When these thoughts come, right? And don't get me wrong, if you're like a master at this and you're able to just let those thoughts come and not engage with them and you don't have to tell yourself anything, that's fine. But you've really only got two options. When these thoughts come and they want you so badly to get involved and fight with them, your brain wants you to fight this because it thinks you're in danger. Your only two options are to give yourself an accepting reminder, what we're calling today as a non-engagement response, same thing, or engage with them and fight for minutes and hours, right? For minutes and hours. That's your only two options. So when people say, oh, I can't use, it doesn't feel right. That's what they say. It doesn't feel right for me to use accepting reminders that often because it feels like I'm fighting with it. Well, your only two options is to either give yourself a non-engagement response, some type of sarcasm. Crystal in the chat said she loves sarcasm and aggression. Some type of non-engagement response that's basically just a reminder to not engage and don't get sucked into the fight, or to engage and fight with it for minutes and hours on end. That's your only two options. So why wouldn't you give yourself the ability to use a non-engagement response? If that's going to shut down the normal fighting that you do with these thoughts, you should absolutely give yourself the ability to use non-engagement responses instead of obsessing about it and saying, no, I can't use non-engagement responses because that's me fighting. Okay then, sassy pants, don't use your non-engagement response and go fight with it for hours anyway. Right? So understand, guys, a non-engagement response is nothing more than something that you reply to the thought very quickly, very snap of a finger. It's short, sweet, and simple. And what it does is it stops you from getting involved in the usual go-to, which is hours of engagement. So let me give you an example. Most people with health anxiety, their mind might say, oh, your heart's going to explode. And they get involved. They try to use their logic. They fight with it. Oh, my heart won't explode. Let me go on Google and my heart won't explode. I'll tell you why it won't explode. And please stop telling me my heart's going to explode because I know it's not going to explode, and blah, blah, blah. And they just go on and on and on for hours, which stresses the nervous system, tells the brain that thought is important, tells the brain that it needs to bring more of that thought back, right? That's what most people do. With an accepting reminder is what we call it, but we're calling it today a non-engagement response. With a non-engagement response, what it looks like is this: oh, your heart's going to explode, causes you a bunch of anxiety, and that person says, well, if it explodes, it explodes. And then they put their attention back on living life. They go back to doing what they're doing. They go back to doing this. That thought might still be there. Your non-engagement responses, here's another thing, very important, is not going to shut your thoughts down. It's just going to stop you from fighting with them. Right? The thought will still be there and linger. And the feelings too. These non-engagement responses don't work instant magic. They don't just make the thought evaporate when you use them. They don't make the feelings just evaporate when they use them. But they do save you from fighting with them. And that's the important part. That's where you're going to get long-term gain. That's where you're going to start to heal your nerves. That's where you're going to start to retrain your brain in time. Right? So just a little important side note there. These non-engagement responses aren't just going to evaporate the feelings as soon as you use one. They're not just going to take the thought away as soon as you use it. These thoughts and feelings are still going to float around, right? So you're not using non-engagement responses, and then because your anxiety hasn't evaporated and your feelings and thoughts are still there, you say, oh, well, I guess I didn't do that right. And then you start mentally fighting. That's like 1 foot in the door and 1 foot back out again. Right? You can't do that. So the thoughts and feelings are still going to be there when you use an NER, a non-engagement response. Again, that's what we call an accepting reminder. I keep saying that because I don't want you guys to think I'm dropping new advice on you. This is the same shit I've been preaching for a long time. The thoughts and feelings are still going to be there when you use an NER, a non-engagement response. Now let's talk about what should you make your non-engagement response. That is totally personal. That you can get creative with that. You can have fun with that. You can use whatever you want to use. Crystal said in the chat that she likes sarcasm and aggression. So just straight up fuck it as an NER. Or, my heart's going to explode. Good. I hope it does. Maybe you like a more neutral response, a more just encouraging NER. A thought says, "Oh, this is going to happen," and you say, "You know what? I can handle it. I'm just going to let that be." You need to get creative. This is your accepting inner voice after all. A non-engagement response equals accepting reminders. A non-engagement response equals the accepting inner voice. It's the same thing we've always spoke about. You need to get creative. You need to find your accepting inner voice. And you can mix it up, man. It doesn't have to be the same thing every time. But again, I know I've already touched on this point, and I'm sorry that I'm backtracking, but I want to make this very, very, very well known. The thoughts and feelings are not going to instantly leave, guys. Just because you're no longer engaging and fighting with those thoughts doesn't mean instantly the thoughts and feelings are going to leave. Okay, we're not concerned about that. We're not concerned about, the way that you feel and the thoughts that you're having. Your only concern should be whether or not you continue to engage in them in a mental combat, in a mental fight. If that's what you're doing, you absolutely have to work on it. But let's say you start using non-engagement responses and you're just letting those thoughts and feelings be. That's acceptance, but you're not feeling instantly better. Again, that's none of your business, right? I hate to tell you that, but that's none of your business. It is up to your body and mind when they want to heal. It is up to your body and mind when the brain wants to catch up and rewrite these pathways. That is up to your body and mind. So you can't start using non-engagement and start practicing the two main keys. Live your life and stop engaging with your thoughts. You can't use a non-engagement response and then expect to feel instantly better. It's just not going to happen. That part is out of your control. It's out of your hands. But I can tell you this. If you start using non-engagement responses, which are accepting reminders, and continue living, your brain will eventually get the picture. It will eventually catch up, right? It will eventually start to realize that you're no longer fighting, and these things will start to lose their power. These thoughts and feelings will start to lose their power. So yes, even though it won't make you feel instantly better, it definitely will in time. Okay? It definitely will in time. And I'm going to backtrack again. You guys know that I like to drive home these points. It's just how I teach. I'm going to backtrack again real quick. When you use these non-engagement responses, that is not you fighting. So many people don't want to use the accepting inner voice because they think that's them fighting. So many people don't want to give themselves a non-engagement response because they think that's them engaging with the thought. I get it. I get that you want to be perfect. I get that you're all perfectionists, right? Anybody who's here or who has been there is a perfectionist. I understand. But to not use the accepting inner voice or a non-engagement response to a thought because you're afraid that that is you engaging in the thought doesn't make any logical sense, because your only other option at that point, if you refuse to use a non-engagement response, your only other option at that point is that you're going to start engaging and you're going to start fighting for minutes and hours and days and weeks on end, as opposed to just giving a short, quick non-engagement response and trying to stay out of the rabbit hole. So to say you don't want to use an accepting reminder, a non-engagement response, because you're afraid that that is you engaging, just makes no sense. Because if you don't use a non-engagement response, you are then going to turn around and start engaging, right? Now, like I said, the only exception to this rule would be if you were like a master at this and you could have these thoughts and you don't engage with them. You don't even have to say anything. You just don't engage with them and you keep living. If you can do that, great. You don't have to use a non-engagement response. But if you are engaging in mental battles every single day, you're going to have to start using non-engagement response, whether you like it or not, sassy pants, because if you don't start using a non-engagement response, you're going to keep engaging, and you're going to do that for minutes and hours and days and weeks on end, and you're not going to get where you want to be. Right? So I get where you're coming from, right? I don't want to use a non-engagement response because that means I'm fighting. I get it. You're a perfectionist. You've always been a perfectionist. I totally understand where you're coming from, but it doesn't make any sense. That counter argument just doesn't make any sense. If you don't start using non-engagement responses and you just continue to engage with every thought you have, then why don't you get started in using these accepting reminders? So, understand that it takes time. It's not going to bring you perfect relief right away. It's not going to stop the thoughts right away. It's not going to stop the feelings right away, but that is not your business. That is not your concern. Your only concern is to stop engaging. Your only concern is to stop engaging. If you can practice no longer engaging with these non-engagement responses and continue living your life, then you are using the 2 keys. And if you are using the 2 keys, you will begin to heal, right? You will begin to heal. That is the only thing that should be your concern. How long it takes should not be your concern. What you're feeling should not be your concern. The thoughts that you're continuing to have should not be your concern, right? Your only concern should be whether or not you are A, continuing to live your life as if you're already healed, right? Just live normally. And B, no longer engaging and fighting with your thoughts mentally. So that's your only concern. Stop looking at times. Stop looking at time frames. Stop looking at symptoms. Stop looking at thoughts. Make your only concern those 2 keys. All right, you guys. So I want to wrap this stream up by giving one last example of what a non-engagement response looks like, because you can never give too many examples, right? It really helps people to hear examples. So I want to end this stream by giving one last example of what a non-engagement response looks like. Okay, so let me just pull something out of thin air here. Let's say you get a thought that says, oh, I can't handle this, right? How many people, show of hands, I'm going to raise mine to the fucking roof. How many people in the chat during your recovery journey has ever experienced a thought that says, oh, you can't handle this. You're not going to be able to handle this. Let's say that thought comes up. To that thought, you can apply a non-engagement response where you would say to yourself something like, you know what, if I can't handle it, so be it. I can't handle it. And then you stop engaging. There's no more engaging. The thought might still be there. It might come back. It might cycle. It might, whatever. You're still going to feel all those feelings, but you have stopped engagement. With that non-engagement response, you have stopped engagement, and then the focus goes back to living. The focus goes back to continuing the task at hand. Now you are using the 2 keys in perfect fashion. You just applied a non-engagement response, which we call the accepting inner voice, and then you have made it a point to go back to living. Now, will you have to use that non-engagement response again if a new thought pops up 10 seconds later? Yes. Yes, the short answer is fucking yes. You will have to. Then another thought comes up and you want so badly to engage with it and fight with it, and then you're going to have to apply your non-engagement response. So that the next thought shows up like 5 minutes later, 5 seconds later, and it says, you're going to fall over dead of a heart attack, and then you have to say, you know what? If I fall over dead of a heart attack, I fall over dead of a heart attack. And then that's the end of it. The thought may still be there. It may drag on even after you've applied your non-engagement response. But the important thing is the non-engagement response stopped you from getting up there and saying things like, oh God, what if that does happen? Or I need to plan for that, or I need to figure that out. I need to problem solve that, blah, blah, blah. That's what the non-engagement response did. It stopped you from going down the rabbit hole of engagement. So if you are shy, and you don't want to use these non-engagement responses because, it seems like a lot of work and I don't want to, that sounds like fighting and blah, blah, blah. You're going to have to start using these non-engagement responses, what we call the accepting inner voice, if you want to get out of this mental fight that you're having with every single thought. So you have a thought that pops up like, says something bad is wrong with you. Something is horribly wrong with you. You can either go down the rabbit hole and fight with that for hours on end and you won't be any closer to recovery, right? Or you can say to that thought with a non-engagement response, oh, if that's okay, if that bad thing happens, it happens. Again, get creative with it. Use sarcasm, use aggression, use humor, use whatever you want to use. I don't really care. The words don't work magic. What works magic is that you're no longer engaging. That's the real magic. So use whatever you want to use. Keep it short, sweet, and simple. Apply that non-engagement response, and then make your objective to get right back to living. And then use your non-engagement responses when need be. If you're not willing to put in the work that comes with this and use these non-engagement responses, and you just keep fighting every thought that comes through the door, your nerves are not going to catch a break. I almost got really country there. Did you hear that? Holy shit. Your nerves are not going to catch a break, okay? Especially if you continue to engage and fight with every single thought. Now, a lot of people, man, and I'm not calling anybody out. This is just how it happens. This is just normal. A lot of people here on the channel have probably been at this thing for a very long time, right? A lot of people here on the channel have probably been at this thing for quite a while, and they're trying to figure out, where am I going wrong? I'd rather you not go down that rabbit hole, but I'm going to answer that question for you today. Where are you going wrong? You're not doing it. You're not doing it, right? So where are you going wrong? I don't know, dude. When the streams go off, you try to live your life. I'm proud of you for that. That's awesome. You try to live your life, but you're up here. Every thought that knocks, you don't shut up, right? And so people are on the channel and they're like, where am I going wrong, Winterbro? Where am I going wrong? And I love you enough to tell you you're going wrong because you're just not doing it, right? And this doesn't apply to everybody, but if this applies to you, I'm not telling you this to be a D-bag. I'm telling you this because I love you so much and I don't want to see you continue to do this shit, right? So this is coming from a place of love. If I didn't love you, I would just allow you to continue to do the same thing that's making you suffer, but I don't want to see you suffer. I never want to see somebody suffer. So if it takes me coming on here and saying, hey, wake up, the reason you're not where you're at, where you want to be, is because you're still doing the same thing that got you here to begin with, right? You're still doing the same thing that got you here to begin with. That's why you're not where you want to be. So it's easy to sit back and say, where am I going wrong, right? But I'm going to tell you, you're going wrong in the fact that you're not doing what you need to be doing, right? And that sounds so obvious. Some people will say, well, thanks, Captain Obvious. But listen, if you're not accepting that, if you're not being, if you're not taking responsibility for that, right? If you're not taking responsibility for that, well, then you're just going to continue to live the same way that you've been living. You're going to continue making the same mistakes, and you're going to continue doing the same thing that got you here to begin with. Wouldn't you rather come on here and hear me say, hey, you need to be honest with yourself? Are you really using that accepting inner voice? Are you using the non-engagement responses? Same thing, right? Are you really no longer fighting with your thoughts and, when they come through the door? How many people can honestly say, like if I sat you down and I said, look, it's life or death, you got to be honest. How many of you can say that you're actually using non-engagement responses? How many of you can say that, right? If I sat you down and I said, look, you can't lie to me. Are you actually practicing non-engagement, or are you still engaging with every thought? Think about it for a second. How many people can say, you know what, I'm truly 100% practicing no longer engaging with my thoughts? I didn't say be perfect. I said how many people can say, I'm really trying, I'm really practicing that, right? I don't know what that number would look like. I don't know how many people would be able to say that they're truly practicing. But until they decide to look in the mirror and ask that question for themselves, you're going to just continue waking up every day fighting with the thoughts over and over and over, and the nerves are going to get no closer to being healed, right? The nerves are going to get no closer to being healed. So if you are using, live your life, that's one of my two main keys, but you're still engaging in combat with every thought, well, then it's no wonder where you're not where you want to be. It's no wonder where you've not gotten to where you want to be. You can only try to live your life so much, but if you're not putting those two keys together, right? If you're not putting those two keys together, it's one foot in the door and right back out again. It really is, because your positive behaviors are showing the brain that the tiger doesn't exist, but the whole time you're mentally engaging with every intrusive negative thought, so you're gassing the nervous system up in that way. So the positive behaviors are doing their job, but then you're gassing the fire mentally, so it's one foot in the door and right back out again. I don't come on here and say, hey guys, I got two keys, but you can only use one of them if you would like. Unfortunately, you got to use both, right? And the only reason I come on here and I make it such a point to really express that and the importance of that is because I know how important it is that you use both, right? I know how important it is that you use both. So, that's the only reason I want to make that really, really I just want to put a big explanation mark on that today, because it's just so important. You can't use one and not the other. If I could afford to only have one key, I would make it simple and I would only have one key. But unfortunately, there's two ways, that the brain learns, and that is your behaviors and of course the mental. So if you're living your life and you're not just staring at the ceiling, you probably got that part down. But if you are fighting with every thought, right? If you are fighting with every thought, then it's no wonder your behavioral work is not paying off. I heard this from a psychologist once. They said, if you send somebody out to do behavioral work, which means do something other than stare at the wall, right? Just get up and live your life. If you send someone, this is a psychologist's words, if you send someone out to do behavioral work, but they're worried before they do the behavioral work, and they're worried while they do the behavioral work, and they're worried after they do the behavioral work, then it's no wonder they're not making progress. Ooh, those are some serious words, right? Now, what is worry? Worry is when you engage with the thoughts. You can't control what thoughts come. So some people probably just said to themselves, well, I can't help that I get a bunch of negative intrusive thoughts when I do my behavioral work. Yeah, you're right. You can't. That's not what worry is. You can't help what's going on here, up here. But when you engage with the content of your thoughts and start mentally fighting, having a conversation with it, right? Instead of just using a non-engagement response and just letting it be, when you start to have a full-blown conversation with it that goes on for minutes and hours and you're fighting and engaging every thought, that is your responsibility. That is in your control. That's where non-engagement responses come into play. So yes, those thoughts will still be there. Yes, those feelings will still be there. We've got two main keys for a reason. Live your life and stop fighting with every thought that comes through the door. Use that accepting inner voice, or what we're calling today non-engagement responses, and get it done. Whew, that was a mouthful. Get it done, guys. I love you oh so much. Thank you for watching the point of today's stream. Please leave a big thumbs up if you enjoyed the stream. It really does help the channel grow. Man, we've got a packed chat today. We got a packed house today. If you're here, let me know. Right? Show me a raise your hands if you're here, and toss the stream a like if you enjoyed it, right? This is probably going to be a good time to stream. I haven't seen numbers this high in the chat for a while, so I don't know. Maybe we'll start streaming at this time. Like I said, it's pretty much a science experiment at this point. I just kind of have to keep playing around with it until I find the best time. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Thank you so much. Let's go ahead and get us some music back going here. There we go. All right. All right. Who do we still have? We got Mint, we got Crystal. We're going to hang out, guys. We're going to hang out. Yes, we did lose the streak. That is okay. It was bound to happen eventually, but nothing can keep us down, man. We're right back with a brand new setup, hopefully higher quality for you guys, so nothing can keep us down. We are back. We're already on a one-day streak, so we've already got to start, right? Let's see. I'm going to read some comments that I probably, I definitely missed, so... I just have never dealt with fear towards anything like this ever. It's insane. It makes me feel like I have to be nuts to be fearing my niece being born. Oh, dude, when you've got tired, sensitized nerves, you could fear... Oh, my God. I could tell you so many stories about the ridiculous things that I once feared. I feared that I was going to burn the house down once because I put a cigarette in a sink. Like, I ducked it out in a sink. I didn't even throw it in the sink. I just ducked it out in the sink. And it went out. I put it out with running water. And I still somehow was afraid that it was going to burn the house down. It doesn't make any logical sense. Anxiety does not have to make any logical sense. So are you insane for having ridiculous fears? No, that is very much a normal part of being sensitized. That is very much a normal part of being sensitized. Danny, what's up, Danny? Welcome to the chat. I'm just catching up on the comments here. My aha was announcing an exciting high school basketball game. My heart was racing, and I was loving the energy and excitement. Nova! Hey. Nova, wrong side. I never remember that. Nova, thank you so much for the $25 tip. I love you. Can we get some love in the chat for Nova? Thank you so much. I love that you use that name, Terry. Thank you so much for the $25 tip, dude. I really appreciate you. You are amazing. You are awesome. Don't you ever forget it. You are loved. High school basketball game, my heart was racing, and I was loving the energy and excitement. It hit me. The same feeling was like anxiety. It's all how I interpret it, right? Or whether or not you get up in your head and start fighting with it. Yes, show some love in the chat, man. Drop those purple hearts for Terry. Terry, man, every time you tip, you always use some hidden name. And you know what? I'm just going to start giving you full credit because you deserve full credit, dude. Terry's one of my biggest supporters here, so nothing but love for Terry in the chat, man. Nothing but love. It's the fact that I fear how I'll feel and not my niece being born. It's me trying to avoid my feelings, but I can't. I mean, yeah, it's another good way to look at it, but you got to understand it's just tired nerves, dude, right? You don't have to have, it doesn't have to be reasonable. The fear doesn't have to be reasonable. We're going to go ahead and get another playlist pulled up because I was listening to this one yesterday and it has a lot of naughty words in it. And yeah, we're going, as if I don't curse, we're going to pull up another playlist here. We'll go ahead and get that started. Thank you so much, Terry. How have you been, dude? I haven't seen you in a minute. We got Kate. We got Maddie. What's up, guys? Elliot. What is up? What is up? If you've got any questions, feel free to ask those questions now. Let's get our music going. All right, this will have to do. This will have to do, whatever. It's changing our lives, and I'm so sensitized that I can't fathom any change. Time to break out of the routine, right? Sensitization forces you into a routine that you're not quite aware that you are capable of breaking out of, but you are absolutely capable of breaking out of that routine. Purity ring. I don't think I've ever heard of it, Elliot. Is it copyright free? If it's not copyright free, I can't use it on the stream, unfortunately. Let's see. Sensitization can make you feel like everything's just the end of the world, dude, and it's just not true. Think you would like it a lot? I will check it out, dude. I'll check it out. My brain constantly would say I would never get better. Guess what? My brain lied. Rich, thank you for sharing that positivity, dude. I appreciate you. What did Rich do to obtain such an unobtainable feat? He stopped fighting with his thoughts, used that accepting inner voice instead, and just accepted his thoughts and feelings while living his life. Are you going to be comfortable during that process? No. Are you going to like it? No. Is it going to be a fun time? No. But will it lead to healing? Absolutely yes. Absolutely yes. Proud of you, Rich. I'm proud of you, dude. And thank you again, Terry, for the 25. Man, I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you. The idea that I'll never calm down and be in this constant state because of it is probably fueling it further. So when you get that thought, how could you... I got a pop quiz. Actually, I got a pop quiz for you, gamer. All right. So let's say you get the thought that says you'll never calm down and blah, blah, blah. You'll be in this state forever, whatever. How would you apply a non-engagement response to that thought, and then what do you do after you apply that non-engagement response? So pop-up quiz for gamer. If anybody answers that question for him, ban them immediately. Mods, ban them immediately. Just kidding, don't do that, but please don't answer that question for gamer. This is a pop quiz. This is a pop quiz. The question again is, gamer, if you get a thought that says you're never going to calm down, how would you apply a non-engagement response to that? And then what would you do after you have applied that non-engagement response? You have to find your fuck it by stopping fighting thoughts. That doesn't count. We'll still get an answer. That's great advice, but gamer will give us an even more specific answer. So we'll just wait for that. You're so close to being banned, Crystal. You're like 2 seconds away from being banned. Just kidding. You are the best, man. Your videos have helped me a lot. Hey, thank you, Daniel. I appreciate it. Gamer over there having like a mini anxiety attack over the fact that he's been given a pop quiz midstream in front of everybody. But you know what? This is all about acceptance. Bring it home. then I guess I'll just live like a crazy uncle for the rest of my life and then stop engaging. Yes, just get right back to living. You got it. Congrats, dude. So that tells me you know exactly what a non-engagement response is. It is a sense of humor. It is sarcasm. It is agreement. It is saying, well, then I guess I'll just be crazy. And then you stop engaging. You go back to living life. The thought will still be there. The feelings will still be there, but you did not engage. Congrats. That is a point. It will pay off in the end. That tells me that you know, or at least you've got the idea of what it means to not engage. So no excuses from this point forward, right? There's no excuses from this point forward, right? Because you just proved to yourself that you know how to apply the advice. So time to go, Crystal. You are the weakest link. You are the weakest link. What is that from? Is that from Survivor? Did I get that right? Is that from Survivor? The only way my anxiety could be cured is if you banned Crystal. What's up, Joseph? That's an interesting way to enter the chat. I like how Joseph just pops up out of nowhere. Bro, you can cure my anxiety if you ban Crystal right now. Crystal is a mod, so she can ban Wonder Bro first. I don't think that's possible, but we'll roll with it. Don't ban me. Don't ban me, Crystal. Wouldn't that be some shit? Wouldn't that just be some shit? It's from the show called The Weakest Link. Oh, well, I guess I really screwed that one up. So my panic and shaking will calm down eventually, even though the thoughts will continue to be there. It's been going on since 2 a.m. They will calm down if you stop fighting with them, stop engaging with them, because I can promise you that until you watch the stream and I just gave you that pop-up quiz just now, you were probably engaging with them, right? You were probably fighting with your thoughts. So, and that's not a bad realization. I'm only saying that so that you'll realize why you're in the state you're in right now. That doesn't mean you can't experience symptoms and thoughts just because you're sensitized. You can and you will. That'll calm down eventually. But the fact that you're in such a stressed state right now is probably a lot to do with the fact that you've been engaging thoughts probably all day until this point, right? Yeah, I've been engaging all night. There you go. You have the answer to your problems right there. You have the solution to your problems right there. And is that a bad thing that you just admitted that you've been engaging with your thoughts all night? No, that's not a bad thing. Why would that be a bad thing? That is you being honest with yourself and telling us why you are in the state that you're in. You're taking full responsibility for it, and you're going to practice non-engagement, and you're going to practice continuing to live, right? But Joseph is right. He says even if you don't stop engaging with the thoughts and feelings, your body will eventually calm down. He's right. I mean, there's only so much that panic and anxiety can do. So in that sense, yeah, panic can only go on for so long. The feelings will eventually, they may come and go, but eventually they'll always die down. So he is right in that sense. But if you want to break out of the cycle, of course, you need to practice not engaging. You need to practice not engaging. If you want long-term gain, long-term benefits, if you want to end the cycle, you do need to practice no longer engaging. And he's not disagreeing with that. He's just giving you a little bit of reassurance, a little bit of sneaky reassurance there. But, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, you're probably going to continue to experience feelings and thoughts for a little bit, gamer, but you need to stop fighting with them, right? Which means engaging. Use your non-engagement responses. Let it be. Let it burn. The reason I say let it burn is because it does feel like something's burning because it's not a pleasant experience, right? But that's okay. That's okay. As long as you're not engaging, that is okay. We should do a Family Feud game show, but with anxiety-related questions. I like it. And the stakes are the stakes. We got to have stakes. The stakes are if you don't get the questions right, you get banned. You get perma-banned from the streams. A chain's strength is limited to its weakest link. That's true for a chain, but I'm applying the same principle to my mindset about my mind and body. Let me repeat that. A chain's strength is limited to its weakest link. That's true for a chain, but I am applying the same principle to my mindset about my mind and body. I don't know, I can't piece that one together. My head's full. My head hurts. But I agree. No, I don't. That sounds like a bad thing. I don't think you should do that. No, that's a bad thing. Don't do that. Don't do that. No more throwing gas on that fire. That is exactly right, Elliot. The thoughts and feelings will eventually leave you if you stop fighting with them. Stop fighting with them. Use your non-engagement responses, man. They're not going to feel like they're working right away, but use them. Use them. Just tell me how you're feeling, Mint. You don't have to use riddles. Family Feud. Oh, the possibilities. Oh, the possibilities, right? That's a good idea, Kate. We should do that at some point. Oh, no. Wait. No, no. Okay, we're good. We're fine. Almost messed something up. Maddie! Hey, Maddie. Thank you so much for the $10 tip, Maddie. I appreciate you, man. We're going to move on to that 2-day streak. I can feel it. That feels so weird to say that. That feels so weird to say we're going to move to a 2-day streak. But hey, it had to happen eventually, but nothing can keep us down, man. Nothing can keep us down. We're right back at it. We're right back at it. Not deliberately or anything. Thank you so much. Again, Maddie, I love you. Thank you so much for the 10. And Terry, thank you so much for the 25. Show them some love in the chat, man. Show them some love in the chat. Not deliberately or anything, but that's how I feel. Like if I have a point where I'm very weak, for example, illness or fear, then that moment is a weak link, defines what I'm capable. Okay, now I get what you're saying. Yeah, don't do that. That sounds bad. Simply do not do that. It's funny because I've had these thoughts about the situation off and on over the last few weeks, but for some reason last night it hit me so hard that I started panicking and having tons of anxiety. A combination of things, tired nerves, gamer, and the fact that you've probably been engaging with it for a long time. So I'm glad you found the channel, dude, but it is time to get started, man. The finding the channel will only do so much for you. Watching the streams will only do so much for you. Do not fall into that rabbit hole of, well, I don't know if I'd call it a rabbit hole, but do not fall into that mindset of it's enough to just watch the streams. It's enough to just learn the advice. It is not enough. It has to be applied. It has to be applied. And I know some people out there thinking, well, duh, that's obvious. But, dude, when you're in a sensitized state, that's easy to forget. It's easy to forget that you have to apply the stuff you're learning. That is easy to forget when you are in a sensitized state. Like, wait a minute, I've got all this knowledge, but I'm not utilizing it, right? So, yeah, it might sound obvious to some people, but to some people it's not so obvious. Kate, thank you so much, Kate. I love you. Thank you. You are the best. Guys, Terry, Maddie, and Kate. I don't know why I got tongue-tied there. Terry, Maddie, and Kate, thank you guys so much. There is plenty of people in this chat, man. Let's show them some love in the chat. If it wasn't for our tippers, dude, what would we do, man? What would we do? What would we do? We need to show love to the tippers. Thank you guys so much, Terry, Maddie, and Kate. I appreciate you. I have a feeling. There it is. I told you. I told you, man. I had a feeling we're moving on to our 2-day streak here. Our 2-day streak. Hey, you can't keep us down. You can't keep us down, right? Just because we lost that streak doesn't mean nothing. We're moving on to a 2-day streak. Thank you, chat, so much. I love you. And I think I want to take a quick little vote here. Rich, thank you so much for the 15. Says thank you for bringing hope to the hopeless. Rick, thank you so much, dude. Again, those names one more time. Terry, Maddie, Rich, and Kate. Thank you guys for being a part of breaking our tip goal today. Moving on to a 2-day streak. I want to take a little vote here. Do you guys like this time? Is this a good time to stream? Let me know in the comments, because the morning streams, I think they were too early. It was a bad time for people. There wasn't a whole lot of people able to catch the morning streams. Should we start streaming at this time, which is, let me see, noon Noon for me, EST. Is this a good time? Let me know in the comments. And thank you guys again, Rich and Kate and Maddie and Terry. I love you and I appreciate you so much. Wish I had money to tip. New job coming soon. Dude, don't stress it. Don't stress it, all right? Don't stress it. That is an optional thing, right? That is an optional thing. And if you can't do it, you can't do it, right? That's not a problem. You are still welcomed here, you know? It is an optional thing. So please do not, you got enough stress going on in your life, dude. You do not have to stress about the fact that you can't afford to tip. That is the last thing you need to be stressing about. That is the absolute last thing you need to be stressing about. It's a good time. I would feel like the evening would pop even more. It's been popping today, dude. I think it's a good time. Maddie votes yes. Ava votes yes. And Gamer says, yeah, around 12 or 1 is perfect. Mint says this is great. Okay, I think we've reached an agreement here. We're going to start. I'm going to start trying to stream around noon, right? Like 12 my time. 12 my time. As far as the two streams a day goes, I tried that for like 2 days, and I'll be honest with you guys. It's no good. I told you guys it wasn't set in stone because I had to experiment, and we experimented for a few days there, and the 2 streams a day is just it's not good. There's nothing good about it. I can't put as much energy into 2 streams a day as I can just focusing on one, so the second stream is usually kind of shitty, and not many people watch the second stream because they've already watched one stream that day. Why would they want to watch a second stream? So it's just not gonna happen. Nah. I'm sorry. I told you guys it wasn't set in stone. I'm sorry. I don't know what else I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. It's just, I feel like if we do one prime time stream, and this feels like prime time, afternoon. If we do one prime time stream, I feel like that's good. 2 hours, I don't know if that's good for the channel, man. I don't know if that's good for the channel. And let's face it, the last time we did 2 streams a day, what would happen is the second stream would roll around and we would sit in here doing Q&As, and we would have like 4 questions, and then I'd mostly be not knowing what to do for the remainder of the hours. So I don't think it's good. I don't think it's good, man. I don't think it's good. There's so many reasons I don't think it's good, and plus it's just No, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I'm sorry, I don't want to do it. But if you want, if you are interested in coaching, I do a lot of coaching off stream. That's one thing a lot of people don't realize is when I'm not doing streams, I'm normally doing some form of coaching. So if you're interested in coaching, DM me, get up with me on any of my social media, Vacate Fear, and I will do my best to get back with you. I'm sorry the schedule is just in a work in progress right now. I'm sorry I can't say anything and it stick. That's just the way it is until we figure out what we're doing here. But so far, you guys have proven to me today that this time is a good time. So expect us to be back here tomorrow around the same time. And yeah, that's what we'll go with until, I don't know, until I decide. But I think that's what we're going to stick with. It's wild you don't notice the work we put in working, but you start looking back like, I can't believe I'm not freaking out right now, but then you start to realize the 2 main keys are working. I love it, Elliot. That's how it works, dude. It's gradual. It's very gradual. You've tried 2 streams a day, but have you even tried 3 streams a day? Think outside the box. That is so true. Or they don't watch the second stream because it's midnight. Also a good point, Mint. I'm in Ireland, so it suits me this time. Thank you, Danny, for letting me know that. I'm always trying to figure out what works, right? But maybe 5 streams a day would work better. Okay, yeah, I didn't think about that either. How is roof going, Wonder Bro? I have currently stopped the collection of the second roof goal because I've had some more, how do I word this? I've had things that I've had to prioritize. How could you possibly have things you need to prioritize over the roof? Believe it or not, yes, it is that time of year. I'm a genius, and I can't afford my tax bill because I didn't put back for it, and I'm fucked. So I'm making up for that right now, so I cannot focus on the roof goal at the moment. I don't want to go to federal prison. I don't think I would do good in federal prison. Therefore, I have made my main priority putting back money from my coaching and stuff to go towards my tax bill that I did not, because I'm a mature, responsible adult and did not put money back for, and now I can't afford it, and it's totally my fault, and I'm an idiot. So I'm working on that right now. I'll be able to get it. I'll be fine. I'll be able to get it before the deadline. It's no big deal. But for now, I'm not even focused on the roof goal. I just don't want to go to prison. When I realized all this mechanism is to protect me, I used to see it as that it's working to protect me and not to harm me. This understanding really worked wonders for me during my time. That was your way of stopping the engagement, right? That was your form of the accepting inner voice. Fuck anxiety and all the lies it's trying to feed me. It's all rubbish. Tired nerves latching on to anything it can get a hold of to scare the shit out of me and stay alive. You got it, dude. It stops today. My niece was born, and I will embrace it and love her like the real me would. I love it, dude. I love it. Stop the fight. Stop the engagement. Stop the fight. Stop the engagement. Imagine all the people you would help in federal prison with anxiety disorders, right? No thanks. No thanks. I'll pass. That's a strong pass from me, big dog. That is a strong, hard pass from me. Just remember that you have to apply it. Yes, you have to apply it. It might feel forced. It might feel fake right now. But as long as you're not engaging, we don't care if it feels forced or faked, right? We don't care. All right, guys, give me just a second. We'll be right back. If you've got any questions, please feel free to ask those questions. I'm enjoying the chat, man. Keep it up. I'll be right back. All right, we are back. Hello. That's probably the quickest I have ever smoked a cigarette in my life, and I've got such a head change right now. I appreciate you too, man. I was so bad and so far away from any sort of peace, and here I am dealing with the hardest time in my life. But hey, suffer or grow. I'll take the growth route. I love it, dude. I love it. I love the attitude there, Elliot. Gamer, you're going to be looking back at this, dude, in the future once you start applying this advice. You're going to be looking back at this in the future and just, you're not even going to be able to believe that you were afraid of the things that you were once afraid of. You're going to say, why did that make, sorry. You're going to say, why did that make me so afraid? That's just how it's going to happen. That's just how it does happen. So I know you can't see that right now, but if you start applying that advice, you're going to look back and you're going to think, why did that scare me so much? Why did that scare me so much? That's the realization you make when you start to get out of those tired nerves, right? And you start to enter into desensitization. No smorking. No smorking allowed. Like we say around here, what do you have to lose in the suffering and get started on the practice? It will pay off. I love the attitude today, Elliot. I know you're going through a lot of things in your own personal life, dude, so I commend you on continuing to keep up a positive attitude regardless. That is admirable, and that is awesome, dude. Keep it up. And everything Elliot is telling you, gamer, is absolutely true. Wonder Bro approved, man. Wonder Bro approved. Wonder Bro approved on Elliot's messages here. Tell your anxiety to bring it on. Let's do this. Man, I love the vibe today. I love the vibe that we've got going on in the chat today. It is awesome, dude. It is awesome. You guys are great, man. You guys are great. Got to stay sharp like a katana. There you go, dude. There you go, man. Hey, what did you guys think of the new thumbnail from our last stream? I've only done one of them so far. Do you like that? That looked good, didn't it? That looked good. I think I'm going to continue to do that. Finally caught a live in all caps. What's up, J-Dub? Welcome, man. You did finally catch a live. What's up, dude? Wonder Bro, how you been doing lately? Good seeing you today. Red, what is up, man? I haven't seen you in forever. How have you been? I remind myself that is the real me, and those days will return. They absolutely will, Rich. They absolutely will. That is the real you. And if you stop engaging and fighting with all of your thoughts and feelings, right, and continue to live, okay, you will get back to the real you. J-Dub says, J-Dub reports in and says, feeling great, bro. I love to hear it, man. Hey, just take a look around you, gamer. You're in a chat full of people that are either recovered or on their way to recovery. So just breathe it in, man, and start using that advice. It's going to pay off for you. You're amazing. You've helped me so much. I love it, J-Dub. You are welcome, dude. You are absolutely welcome. It is my pleasure. That is why I do what I do. That is exactly the reason. So I love to hear it, J-Dub. Keep it up, dude. So proud of you. So proud of you, brother. So proud of you. Even after the sensitization is over, the 2 keys stick with me, and it's unreal to see how I don't even freak out before my exams now. Dude, we've got so much positivity in the chat today. If you are struggling, take a look around you. The people that are saying these things in the chat, man, they have been where you are right now, and they are no longer there because they used that advice. They stopped engaging with every thought. They used that accepting inner voice. They didn't engage, and they continue to live. The 2 main keys. And look at them, feeling great. You're amazing. You've helped me so much. Even after the 2 keys, they stuck with me. I don't even freak out before my exams now. Just take a look around you, man. We got Rich in the chat talking about how much success he's had. So many people, dude. So many people are benefiting and growing and healing from these 2 keys. If that is not a good enough reason to get started, I don't know whatever will be. Go ahead and get started, man. Go ahead and get started. And thank you guys for coming in here and spreading your hope and positivity with everybody else. You don't have to do that after you heal, right? But you do it anyway. So I appreciate the shit out of that. Thank you. It really does help motivate other people, right? It really does help serve as inspiration and motivation to other people who may need it. So thank you for doing that. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate it. Gamer, you're on your way, dude. You're on your way. I'm going to drop the Discord link, guys. If you want to join us over on the Discord, it is an awesome place to be, full of amazing, lovely, awesome people. So come check it out, man. Come check it out. Let me see here. I'm going to drop that link right now for anybody who wants it. There you go. Hey, let's run those likes up, guys. We got 15 likes, but we got about 30 people in here. Can we run those likes up a little bit? If you're in here right now and you forgot to hit that like button, hit that like button. I want to see those numbers go up, man. It really does help the channel grow, and I really would appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. Thank you also for the tip goal, man. We're moving on to a 2-day streak. Nothing can slow us down here on the Vacate Fear channel, man. 2023, it is our year for growth, for healing, for love, for positivity. All right, this is our year, and I'm so proud of you guys being a part of this channel. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful for you guys being a part of this channel. Thank you for everything that you do. There we go. We're getting those likes up. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. Sometimes I forget to remind people. It's easy to forget to hit that like button, but it really does help the channel grow. And as the channel grows, we can reach more people that need our help, right? So thank you so much for liking the streams. Guys, also, I'm trying to be more consistent on other social media like TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I got all that good shit, right? Under Vacate Fear, I do a daily TikTok video I'm trying to do each morning, full of good advice. Go check me out on TikTok, Vacate Fear. It's just a bunch of stuff that you don't see on the channel. So go check me out on all that stuff. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you for all the likes, man. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We just jumped up like 6-7 likes. Thank you guys so much. I want to thank everyone here who has spoke with me today. I'm going to get past this today. I will not sit here and shake and panic all day. I'll calm and move on. Hey, let your body do what your body wants to do. Let your thoughts say what they want to say, but don't engage with them. Don't fight with them. Just give yourself that non-engagement response, right? And continue living. Maddie says, Wonder Bro, TikTok, really? Hey, I got to grow, Maddie. I got to grow. I know. Look, I understand. At one point, I hated on TikTok too, but now I'm a full-blown TikTok addict. I don't know what to say. They suckered me into it. I don't know what to say. I'm the victim here, okay? They suckered me into it. I'm a TikTok addict. But I got to grow. I got to branch out. I got to branch out. I do post my TikToks on Instagram, though. So if you don't have TikTok, I post every one of my TikToks on Instagram as an Instagram reel. So TikTok or Instagram, right? Right? Do you have Instagram, Maddie? Check me out on Instagram. Poor Wonder Bro. They suckered me into it. What can I say, Maddie? What can I say? I wish your channel spreads and heals people in a no bullshit way as it's supposed to be. Thank you, dude. I appreciate you. J-Dub! J-Dub! Thank you so much, J-Dub, with the $20 tip, dude. Thank you so much. Let me see here. What does that take us to? 75? I don't know. It's probably wrong math. I can't do math. J-Dub, thank you so much for the $20 tip, dude. Says, you give me my life back, my friend. Thank you so much for your kind words and wisdom. Dude, thank you. That is touching. Anytime I hear somebody say you gave me my life back, I mean, what better words can you hear than that? That's amazing. It makes me feel so good. Thank you, J-Dub, for the $20 tip. Can we show him some love in the chat, man? We're on a 2-day streak. We have demolished today's tip goal. Nothing can stop us, man. Nothing can stop us. Thank you so much, J-Dub, for the $20 tip, dude. I appreciate you. You're the best, bro. You're the best. Thank you. Virtual hug. Bring it in. One Road, thank you so much for everything you've done. I got to bounce, but I'm glad you do later. You must have really had to bounce because you were in a hurry, but I'm going to try to read this. Thank you so much for everything you've done, but I'm glad you do something. Keep up the great work and listen to this man, everybody. J-Dub, thank you so much. Clearly, you in a hurry, so you get wherever you need to be, all right? We'll be here tomorrow. Thank you so much, dude, for the $20 tip. I love you. I appreciate you. You are awesome. You are amazing. I got to go fix this roof leak. I'll rewatch later. I understand how that feels. Hopefully, I love you all, guys. Wouldn't be here without you good folks and the help of Wonder Bro, my brother. And as the Mandalorian says, this is the way. Thank you, Elliot, for being here today, guys. This has been an amazing stream. I think we found our new stream time right here. This has been a good one. Positivity in the chat is what makes this stream unique and special. I always said since day one, Rich, that I would never run anything anxiety related that resembled an anxiety form with negativity and a bunch of just fear talk and second fear talk. I will never be a part of anything like that. So that's why, whether it's my stream or my Discord or whatever it is, if it's got the Vacate Fear name on it, you best believe there's going to be some positivity, right? You can come in here and you can ask your questions. You can talk about how you feel. right? But we're always going to pull you back in with positivity, and we're going to get you on the right track. That's what separates this community from just your run-of-the-mill negative anxiety chat, right? Negative and fear-loathing anxiety chat. No, we don't do that around here. So, yeah, it's definitely an awesome community. And you guys make it what it is. You know, you guys are the reason for that. What's up, Kate? Welcome back. Great stream for sure. Love it. Thank you for being here again, Elliot. Appreciate you, dude. Too old for TikTok or Instagram, Wonder Bro, but follow you everywhere else. Hey, that's understandable. That's okay, dude. No problem. Later chat time, not cat. I got you, dude. I got you. Thank you so much, J-Dub, for the $20 tip, bro. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome, dude. Now, this is what I'm talking about. Like, there's so much positivity in the chat. There's so many just good vibes. I love it. I love it. This is what I'm talking about. This is why we should stream at this time, man. So many people in here. So many people spreading positivity and love and support for one another. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. That's what I'm talking about. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and start to wind this one down. Thank you so much for an awesome stream, an absolutely just awesome stream. I'm sure I'll see you all very, very soon. Thank you so much for all the likes. Subscribe if you haven't already, dude. We try to do these streams daily. That is the goal right now. Daily streams. I'm not 100% on the time. We've already talked about that, but this seems like a good time. So more than likely, we're going to try to keep going with this time. So if everything goes to plan, I'll see you guys tomorrow around the same time, like 12 Eastern. But until then, thank you for everything. An amazing stream, an awesome stream. You are beautiful. You are awesome. Grateful that you exist. I'm grateful that each and every one of you exist. You're going to get through this. And it sounds so cliche, right? But if you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel right now, I'm here to tell you that it exists. It exists. Stop fighting with those thoughts. I know it's tempting. Practice those non-engagement responses. Continue living your life. You will heal. If you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, I'm here to tell you that it exists. It's there. All right? I love you guys. I'll see you all very, very soon. Stay awesome.